Summer is on the way, my friends, and what says summer more than ooey gooey melty s'mores? But you can't have s'mores on a keto diet. Oh, wait a second, you can if they're my keto s'mores bars. Hi, I'm Carolyn from All Day I Dream About Food, and today we're going to bake up some summer deliciousness. Let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is make our keto graham cracker crust. This is really just an almond flour based crust that tastes a lot like graham crackers. So here I have 1.5 cups of almond flour, and I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sweetener. I'm using granulated swerve. You can use the powdered swerve. You can pretty much use any sweetener you like here in about 1/4 cup. Then we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and this is what gives it a bit more of a graham cracker flavor, as well as 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to do 1/4 teaspoon salt, and we'll just whisk these things together. And then we're going to stir in 1/4 cup of melted butter. And you really just want to stir these things together until they start to clump together. Now I've got a 9-inch metal pan here, and we're going to line it with some parchment paper. You want enough parchment paper that it slightly overhangs the sides so you can remove the bars easily when they're done. So we'll just take our crust mixture and we'll press it into the bottom of our pan. And now our crust is ready for the oven, and it goes in at 325 for about 12 to 15 minutes. You're looking for it to just be brown around the edges. Our crust is done. It is sitting on the oven cooling, and now we're going to make the chocolate filling. So here I have 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, and we're going to bring this to a simmer over medium to medium low heat. Once you've got your cream simmering nicely, you want to remove it from the heat right away. Then you want to add 4 ounces of sugar-free dark chocolate chips. I've got Lily's here, but you can use Chalk Zero as well. They both work. And we're just going to let that sit for about 5 minutes to melt the chocolate chips. And once your 5 minutes is up, just take a whisk and whisk it together until it creates basically a chocolate ganache or a chocolate sauce. There, that's looking nice and smooth and chocolatey. So we're going to pour it over our crust. You just want to pour it on as evenly as you can. And you can just shake it a little bit to even it out nicely. Make sure it covers all the crust. And now we need to let this set. You want to stick it in the fridge for about an hour to harden before you put on the topping. Our chocolate filling has almost finished setting, so we're going to discuss the topping. Now this is not an actual marshmallow topping. It is a meringue topping, and in the end it has the same flavor and texture of melty, gooey marshmallows. To get that gooey marshmallow consistency, I like to use a combination of 2 different sweeteners. So here I have 3 tablespoons of granular Boca Sweet and 3 tablespoons of powdered swerve sweetener. I feel like this gives it just the right consistency and makes it more marshmallow-like. So now that we have our sweetener sorted out, we can start beating our egg whites. I have 3 large egg whites in this bowl, and I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar always helps egg whites hold their peaks properly and stiffen up properly. And then you always want to add a pinch of salt because that also helps egg whites beat properly. And we'll get them going until they're frothy. And once they're a bit frothy, you want to keep your beaters going, and you're going to slowly add the sweeteners. Okay, and once your egg whites are holding medium peaks or even just soft peaks, this is where you can add a little vanilla extract. So I am going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and we're going to finish beating them until they hold stiff peaks. Now all we want to do is take our nice marshmallowy egg whites and plop them on top of our bars. And you want to spread them over top and kind of seal in the chocolate. And then you want to take a small spoon like this one and kind of swirl the top so it has a little bit of peaks and a little bit of texture. Our keto s'mores bars are now ready for the oven. They go in at 300 for about 20 to 25 minutes. You want the topping to have a golden brown exterior and be just barely firm to the touch. Okay guys, I just took the s'mores bars out of the oven. You can see here that they're a beautiful golden brown. They're just firm to the touch, and it really looks like a toasted marshmallow on top. And now for the bad news. You can't dig in right away. You got to get these back into the fridge for about an hour so that they set properly. Okay guys, I think the bars are ready, so let's dig in and see how they are. Now you'll see that we can just lift the bars out by the parchment and put them on a cutting board, and take a sharp knife or a bench knife like this one, and we'll cut in. Oh, would you look at that? It's so beautiful. A nice crust with a lovely layer of chocolate and a delicious marshmallow-like topping. Now, you know I gotta try some right here on camera. That is so good. Honestly, I love these bars. My kids love these bars. They're a hit all summer long. For this delicious keto dessert recipe and so many more, please check out alldayidreamaboutfood.com.